So once you're all done writing your story and you're ready to make your story into a book, you're going to use Book Creator. So in order to make a book, I'm going to show you how to do that using the story that Mrs. Wilson wrote, The Halloween Candy Snatcher. So here in Book Creator, I'm going to show you the library that you're in. In order to create a new book, you're going to choose this yellow plus new book button. I like this landscape book because it's a little bit bigger and it gives me room to add anything that I want to do for my pages. It's up to you if you want to choose that, but I'm going to go ahead and choose landscape. Obviously, the first thing that's going to pop up is my cover. You can see it written right up here at the top is the cover. And everybody knows that on a cover of a book, your title and your author goes. And then also you may see some fun pictures or graphics to kind of catch your attention and let you know what the story might be about. So the title of the book that Mrs. Wilson wrote was The Halloween Candy Snatcher. So I'm going to use this plus sign to type that in. I don't really like how this looks, so I want to edit that a little bit. I'm going to choose this I over here. And this is where I get to change my font. I kind of want it to be a little bit scary, kind of like a Halloween type vibe. So I'm going to use the font Creepster. I like that. I think it's really small for a title, so I'm going to actually make that font bigger. I like that. And I'm going to expand this so it looks a little bit better, and I'm going to center my words. The last thing I want to do is I want to make my color of my words orange, so I can change the color too. What I don't like right now is the background of my book is all white. I want to add some interest to it. So I'm going to click on my page editor here. And I'm actually going to choose textures. Under textures, you may find something else that you like, but I really like this gray slate. Ooh, this looks a lot more like Halloween to me. I like that. And then I also want to make sure I add my author. So again, I'm going to choose the plus button and add text. I'm going to choose Mrs. I'm going to type Mrs. Wilson. And you're going to see that her name pops up here. Again, we can't really see that, so we need to edit the text by using the I. I'm going to choose the Creepster font again. And I'm going to make it orange and make it bigger so we all can see. And the last thing I want to do is maybe add a picture so that way we kind of know what this might be talking about. I'm going to use the plus button to add an image, and I'm going to type in Halloween candy. So many options here. I like this ghost who is asking for some Halloween candy. I'm going to add, and look at that. I now have a picture for my book. So this is what the cover of my book is going to look like. Now I'm ready to write the first part of my book, which is the introduction. So I'm going to hit this arrow, and it says page 2 of 3, but really this is the first page of my book. It says page 2 because the first page here on Book Creator was the cover. So page 2 is actually the first page, and that's where you're going to add your introduction. A really easy way to do this is to come to your story, if you have it typed up, and you're going to highlight the words that you want to use for this part of the story. You're going to choose copy. You're going to go back to your Book Reader, and you're going to hit the yellow plus button where it says text. You're just going to paste all of that text right there. Then you're going to move the words to wherever it fits on the page. Up to you where you want that to go. Remember, if you want to edit the text, make it look different, you're going to choose this I. I want to center it, and I want my font this time to be this one, and make it a little bit bigger and easier for people to read. Something else that I would like to do is I would like to record this page so that way when other people are reading the book, they can also listen to it. So if I want to record this page, I'm going to again push this yellow plus button and choose record. And I'm going to read the story while it records. I'll read just a couple sentences so you can see what that looks like. So I'm going to choose record. Once I'm ready, I'm going to choose start recording. It'll count me down. One Halloween night, Ariana and her friends were out trick-or-treating. The streets were lined with an orange glow from jack-o'-lanterns and spooky Halloween lights hanging from the houses. I've stopped the recording. I'm going to use click on use recording, and this little icon is going to show up. But I'm going to put it down in the corner so that way when people get to this page, they can click on it and they can listen to my story. I also want to make this page a little bit more appealing to people who are reading. So I'm going to choose to add an image. You could also choose to draw something if you would like to. You could add more text. But I'm going to use the image and I'm going to type in trick or treating. I like this picture here and I'm going to choose add. I'm going to put it where I want on the page. Again, you can edit the background of this page if you like to. I'm going to make it a light, how about this color? Yeah, I like this page color better. So once I'm all done, I'll click out. So the next part of my story is the rising action. We don't want to type the rising action on the same page. We want to do it on a separate page. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit this arrow over here to the right, and I have a new page ready for my rising action. And I'll show you again, just like we did for the introduction of our story, how we add this to our book. So we come back to our story and we copy the words. We choose the orangish yellow plus button and we choose text and we paste it. I'm going to stretch this so that way it fits all on my page like I want it to. And I'll use my eye to make it look more like I want it to. Change my font again. I'm going to search for a doorbell because we're talking about how they rang the doorbell in this part of the story. That one looks creepy. So I'm going to add that here. I might have to change it a little bit. You're going to do the same thing again. So a new page for your climax part of the story, for the falling action, and for the resolution or ending. So you're going to have 5 pages with your story here, and then people will be able to read your book.